So today, compared to some other flights, quite a simple flight, I hope, from Paso Robles Municipal to Santa Barbara Municipal. It should be a VFR flight. We'll see how that goes, because when I was checking the weather recently, yeah, according to the METAR, it seems that it's pretty much VFR. However, when you go here, for example, for the clouds, you can see the warning here. And the whole coastal area here, there is an air mat of a mountain obscuration. If I look at the simulator right now, I see like nothing that would obscure any mountains, but there are also no mountains in the area yet, around me yet. So we'll see how that goes. If bad comes to worse, as you can see, there may be some clouds at our destination, at least as a forecast says, but it should be clearing up right soon. So hopefully there won't be an issue. Otherwise, we'll need to fly some instrument approach instead, or divert someplace else. There are a lot of airports in the vicinity. If we don't have a visibility on the coast, we might have a visibility, for example, here and the Santa Ynez or someplace else. Yes, so we should be able to do the flight quite fine. Just be aware that there might be something there. If I check the winds, what the runways we'll mostly be using, as you can see, the wind is kind of going all directions, right? So if I look at the METAR, currently the wind is from 320. We have some east variation here, so it's probably 310 or something like that, and destination about 200. Let's then check the airport layouts. We'll check that when we will go to departure and arrival. Otherwise, the weather is fine. We will be battling maybe some high temperatures, and for that I would recommend climbing a little bit higher to get into the cool air and have a nice environment in the cockpit. Our destination is Santa Barbara Municipal, and there is a lot of airport remarks, but if I'm not mistaken, nothing really touches us as a small GA aircraft, so that should be fine. It has one main runway 7 and 2.5 and two parallel runways 15s and 33s, which are not to be like, there are some limits to those runways, but not for us. However, if the wind is really at our arrival from 210, then I believe that the runway 25 will be the most favorable one. That would also work for my plan to actually park here at Signature, so we'll see. It is a Class Charlie airport. Route planning. Today, you can see that I didn't have much imagination going on. The reason also is that on the direct path, there are a lot of kind of landmarks that I can use for my, I would officially call it a turning point, but since I'm not turning, then I don't know how to call it. Maybe turning point without any turning. But we have a Santa Lucia Reservoir here, we have some tower, some peak there, and obviously Lake Cachuma till the end of our flight. So I picked those three as our kind of checks that we are on route. And we can also use the mountain ranges as kind of a funneling. Can you still hear me? Because I had some problem here.
No, you were gone for a few seconds.
Few seconds only, okay?
Enough for us to make plans for complete anarchy.
Ah, all right. I hope I'm back now.
You are.
So I hope that you heard me explaining those turning points without turning, right?
Yep.
Yes, all right. So I want to cover the class Charlie. We have a class Charlie at Santa Barbara. You can see that it's kind of unusual one, probably. The outer circle is kind of not complete, and I believe it might be due to this special military activity area here, or that all the approaches are probably coming from the sea, from the ocean, and so anyway, it doesn't have an outer ring here from our direction. That means that if we would have, or in the real life, we would contact the tower directly, because tower is responsible for this inner part, whereas approach would be responsible for the outer part of this shell. Of course, they can kind of hand over hand you over to each other as they see fit, but that's the main responsibility there. These kind of gray areas that also has those floors and ceilings are so-called special military activity areas, and we already encountered, I believe, 2 of them. One was in Florida, and the second one I don't remember anymore. But basically, that denotes some areas where there might be even heightened military activity compared to the standard military routes. This area is actually kind of an extension of these instrument military routes. So I assume that those routes are kind of heavily trafficked, and in that case, we have these areas here. I don't believe they are really simulated on VATSIM, but anyway, it's nice to know about them. What's also different, for example, from this one in Florida, is that here the floor is denominated as AGL and the ceiling as MSL. This is above ground, and MSL is obviously mean sea level. So the floor is not kind of flat, but it follows the terrain, and that could also help us kind of stay below that if we wanted to. But we'll talk more about the vertical profile here now, and for that I will switch to the actual map here so I can zoom in a little bit. So altitude, right? So we already talked about the special military activity area, and if we want to underfly it, let's say that we need to be under 3000 AGL, which means that in this area it will probably be something like maximum 3500 MSL or something like that if you are over these low areas, or if you are flying, close to the mountains, then a little bit higher. But we are clipping here the area that is actually only from 1400 AGL. Of course, we can always kind of evade that. But notice that just before coming to Santa Barbara, there is a mountain ridge right here. So if you are very low here, you will need to climb over these mountains here, or the ridge. I wouldn't call it mountains probably, but the ridge, to kind of hop over and get to Santa Barbara. So what I'll do, I'll probably fly like at a higher altitude and just kind of ignore that it is here and be done with it. Or maybe I'll just go down. I don't know yet. We'll see. Another thing to notice here is these condor sanctuaries. Basically, for example, here, notice the pilots. There is a warning that you should maintain, or you're requested to maintain 3000 feet terrain clearance when over the study areas, and that's, for example, this high mountain and this Bear Trap Canyon and so on. And in here, when there are some hills or mountains, that means that you should be pretty high. So what I'm planning is to actually climb out all the way to 7,500 from the start and fly at that altitude. And if I want to avoid that, that means that I would need to go down, fly under 3000 AGL, so maybe 3,500 or something. But again, we have some mountains here, so be careful. And when coming here, either kind of take a detour and don't overfly that if you want to really avoid, and then again climb over this ridge. So maybe not to make this flight too kind of boring and a little bit more interesting, since we are flying straight line here. I will in the end try to avoid these areas, and we'll see how that goes. Another option, if you are already too high, is actually not go through this and kind of take it via this route, right? So from this tower to go south and then kind of continue to Santa Barbara, which might actually be a good plan, to be honest, to do something like that, right? Yeah,
I,
so
I, I guess you could also go all the way to the coast and then go west via El Capitan, yeah.
yeah, I can definitely.
So you kind of avoid the mountain ridge altogether.
Yeah, that might be. That's another option, definitely. So I'll do something like this probably. Maybe
So
that's a better
Comanche,
plan.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What is this 100/30 AGL for? Is that an is there an airspace there, or what are they trying to tell us?
Yeah,
Why?
this is the special military activity area.
Okay.
So it's an airspace that you have a higher chance to meet some military aircraft, and in real life you would actually contact Joshua Control on 126.55 for activity status. So if you contact them and they say to you that it's not active, then it's basically not existing. But if it is active, you would do well to avoid it, just for your safety and safety of the others.
Understood. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, yeah, this is actually maybe the better plan if I want to go all the way to 7,500 feet, to actually go like this. And in this case, I can like miss this tower from this direction, right? Even though that won't make any real difference, to be honest, as to the flight plan. Yeah. But maybe let's make it a little bit straight. Why not? Right? Let's do it like this. And let's straighten this out a little bit to come directly over Santa Lucia. Yeah. Okay, that could work as well. So that's my amended flight plan. Now it's not a straight line anymore. I'll just generate navlog for me. And I will need to, well, I will do that later myself. Okay, so that's the plan. Yeah. The departure. So now it's time to check the winds again, what we have. And we have probably winds from 310. If I check at the airport, yes, that's exactly what we have. And in that case, the most favorable runway is actually runway 31. But runway 1 is also available, right? The wind is not so strong, and like 7 knots or 8 knots crosswind is nothing that we couldn't handle. So I believe that runway 1 is perfectly viable option for us. Let's see the traffic pattern direction. Here it doesn't say that something would have a right pattern. If I go here to the airport, let's make this sure or left. Okay. So if we are using runway 1, that would mean that we should depart straight out or left crosswind, right? Everybody knows that you turn that crosswind at 1000 AGL, or you continue straight ahead. And when you are at least 1500 AGL, you can do whatever you want, or you can prolong it to 2000 AGL if there might be some high-powered aircraft that would use 1500 feet as their traffic pattern altitude. If you decide to use runway 31, that makes for a longer taxi, but you would have a direct headwind. In that case, again, the same applies, straight out or 45 degree to the left. This is an untowered field. That means that we need to use a CTAF frequency to announce our intentions, and for this airfield, it's a 123.0. And again, we have some examples of calls that are required of you to make. All right. En route, it seems that currently we don't have any controller, and I was hoping that we would have, because it's previous flights there was always a center online, but I believe that they noticed that we are coming closer and decided that they don't want to they don't want to have us. Anyway, we'll see. I don't know if we would be able to get a word in anyway, but it's always good to have an ATC from time to time. So if we had it, you can opt for flight following if they have a capacity, and there is an example how to make that flight following. I believe that today it's also a very good opportunity to actually remind you that if you are under ATC control and you are some traffic is pointed to you or reported to you, and you're requested to report that traffic in sight, there are basically two responses that are valid. It's either negative contact on or traffic in sight. Don't do something like traffic not in sight, because it's a radio transmission and traffic not in sight might be mistook for traffic in sight. And also it's very important, remember, you report traffic in sight only when you see it visually, not on your GPS unit, not on your TCAS equipment, not anywhere else, not on the moving map. You really need to see the traffic out of your window. Otherwise, you cannot report traffic in sight. So remember that. Yeah, so that's en route. And then we have an arrival. Again, we need to check if there are any runways that have a right traffic pattern. So let's go down. It seems that there is runway 7, 33 left and 33 right that have a right traffic pattern. Let's verify that directly on the airport page there. So runway 7 is right, yes. Runway 33 left and 33 right are right traffic pattern. So that's that one, and that one. So if we have winds from 210 as reported, remember it can change direction very easily because it just goes all the way, then we would probably be using runway 25. And in that case, our approach, if we are not controlled, mind you, if we are not controlled and not under ATC control, then the final, let's say that this is the position that you aim for, kind of to get into the downwind. And once you're on the downwind, then you basically you do something like that, but make this downwind a little bit longer because I just don't have a space to paint here. But how to get here, right? So the most yes.
Before you go too far, could you check the winds again? I see it's favoring runway 15 now, but can you please check it one more time?
Yes. Right now, I load it. I see winds from 210.
Okay, I go to another site called METAR, and there it shows runway 15. But okay, you're probably.
What time do you have your METAR from? This is from 1853 Zulu. Yeah, if I go 1 hour earlier, then the wind is from 180. Then it would be runway 15, yes. So that's what I'm saying. As you can see, the wind is kind of changing, right? So depends what you want to do. So assuming that it's runway 25, then you need to get to this point. So the most recommended procedure is to come from this direction. However, obviously we are coming from the north or from the northwest. In that case, I would probably go over the airport, fly perpendicular to the runway, make it at least 2 nautical miles here, at an altitude that is, in this case, probably 1,000 feet above traffic pattern altitude. So it's like 2,000 feet AGL, and I know that in the notes it says that the traffic pattern altitude is actually 990 feet AGL for this airport. I think that it's pretty close to 1,000, so let's use that one. So I would actually fly at 2,000 feet to cross this, and then when I'm 2 nautical miles out, I would make this teardrop entry here and descend to the traffic pattern altitude and join the downwind here, already at traffic pattern altitude, right? So you should be already at TPA here. Obviously, if we have an ATC control, then it's whatever instruction we get, right? If runway 25 is in use, I would avoid flying here because there might be aircraft taking off, and in that case you would cross that path. So that's why I chose, to cross the runway at perpendicular in the middle, if possible. If for some reason it would be runways 15s, that would be favorably, and since we are GA aircraft, it's perfectly fine to use them. Then again, there is the downwind, this is the direction, right? And in that case, you need to get to the downwind. So either like from here or from there, right? And again, teardrop entry, like this. Now I made the picture completely unintelligible. Our parking today, I would go to Signature. You can decide to go to Atlantic Air or Atlantic Aviation here if you choose so. I believe that this is a fine one. Radio calls 119.7 if we don't have an ATC. If we have a tower there, that it's the same frequency, but if there is a center, then obviously we need to speak to the center. Remember, this is the towered field. So if any ATC comes online, be prepared to jump there and request the landing. And I believe that's all. Yeah, one last thing I wanted to say. This is the example call that you would make when not in contact with ATC and contacting them for the first time. So it would be something like Santa Barbara Tower or SoCal Approach or whatever is there currently. November 123 Alpha Bravo is type Viper Comanche Island Alpha. Lake Achuma in 5000 descending to 3000, full stop with information Romeo. Right, so you take them who you are, what you are, where you are, what altitude you are, what do you want, and that you have the weather. Any questions?
Maybe not 100% related, but where do you get those ground charts? How do you know where Signature is? Because I couldn't find in the FAA charts any detailed ground charts.
I use Uncle Google.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I use Uncle Google.
Yeah.
I do this, and I can see that we have Atlantic Aviation here, and we have Signature here.
The European ones, you get a lot of.
Yes, Europeans ground charts and aerodrome charts are much better. Even for the small fields, you have everything there. But alas, here in the US, it's not the case.
All right.
So that's what I'm doing. So I don't know if it's correct. I assume it is. Yeah. Notice we have this part that we should not be using, right? So if we are using 225, then land here. The successful ones will be able to roll out already there. The unsuccessful ones will need to go all the way here and then cross the runways or park at Atlantic. And the best of us will land here, break there on the numbers, and make a turn. But I don't encourage you to do that because I don't believe that it's actually safe or legal.
Yeah, you need a aircraft carrier.
What?
Oh, you need a hook like an aircraft carrier beast.
Yeah, or very high winds.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other questions? If not, I'll wish you happy flying and see you at Santa Barbara.
Happy flying.
Happy flying.
Happy flying.
Bye-bye. Not bye-bye, but happy flying, sorry. I will be
Bye-bye,
here,
Steve.
obviously. I've already did my pre-flight checks, not to lose time here, so I'll just go ahead and start the aircraft in a minute. All team. Yep, that one is working. This one is working fine. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start up the plane. Sound is working. I just need to make small corrections because this is not the aircraft that I flew last. So just fix the controls. Yes, and also sound. Let's max again, and that's it. To do right. Okay. The mixture, crank the throttle, full prop, yes. Battery goes on. Let's check that fuel pressure, that it's going fine. Come on, rise. Yes, alright. I will be using right tank from the start, so let's see. So let's switch to right tank. Alright, this one I'll do like slightly forward. I think that's actually better for me at takeoff right here. Then I need to prime the engine at least once, otherwise it doesn't want to start. Yeah, beacon goes on. And I believe that it's time to start the engine. Look around, nothing, no one, so clear prop. And let's go for it. Yeah, remove, checking the oil pressure in the green, very nice, oil temperature also in the green. Fine, so I'll just reduce that mixture. I'll turn on the navigation lights and avionics. Great. Strobe, yes, everything's working. I'm flying VFR, so let's switch to VFR or 1200. Yes, I will put the timers here. Reset that one. Great. Let's synchronize our gyro. It should point to 344 maybe.
Paso Robles Municipal, November 187, Victor Delta, radio check.
Order 2.
Like that, probably.
5 FF, thanks.
Okay. That goes fine. The other frequency will be 119.7 if I remember correctly, so let's configure it there. Altimeter setting, let's recheck the weather. And just the most recent one. In this case, it should be 29908. 29908. And the airfield elevation 800 feet, I believe that is correct.
November 75600, radio check.
839 is that's working fine.
Thank you.
So let's close this. Let's close this. Yeah, 25 degrees. It's actually better than I anticipated. Yeah, 27. All right. So let's bring up the airport chart. Does it have airport chart here? It does, very well. So I will be using runway 1 because why not? We have a slight crosswind, so let's try to battle it. So we are standing like there, so we will take echo all the way to the runway. Paso Robles traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is a Piper Comanche, and we'll be taxiing to runway 1 via echo, Paso Robles. So we'll do parking brake off, just accelerate, brake, very good. Check that our magnetic compass and directional gyro are working. Yes, they are working fine. And the turn indicator as well. Put our heading indicator to runway 1 that we'll be using.
Paso Robles traffic, November 187 Victor Military Taxi, runway 1, Paso Robles.
Oh. Quite fast. On that. To keep at least 800 RPM there. This like green arc is at 700, but keep it at 800. This should be already a runway, right? No, this is a taxiway. Yeah, this is actually taxiway Alpha, that one, and then there is a runway there.
Paso Robles traffic, Comanche 6529, Lima taxi into runway 1, Paso Robles.
Let's just stay here and do a run up.
Paso Robles traffic, November 36 Echo, type Piper Arrow on the ramp, taxiing to runway 01 behind the Comanche, Paso Robles.
1000. Let's check one magnitude. Very good. Let's check the other. Also good. Very nice. Let's cycle the prop at least 2 times. Let's check our carb heat. Yes, that's fine. And idle. Nice, engines doing fine, very good. So I believe it's time for takeoff. That's good. We won't be using any flaps for takeoff. That's fine. Paso Robles traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche taking off runway 1, left crosswind departure, Paso Robles. Alright. I don't see anything. Fuel pump is on. And our timer will start automatically when we take off. We have a wind from the left. Yeah, okay. Just prepare for it. And
Paso Robles traffic, November 75600. It's a Cessna Tag 172, taxiing to runway 1, Paso Robles traffic.
Okay, 80 knots. Get some speed. Gear up. And we go up.
Paso Robles traffic, November 187, Victor Delta, Diamond J40, running up, taking off runway 1, Paso Robles.
I want to go at least 120. Landing lights off, fuel pump off. Okay, let's turn 45 degrees. Then we'll take it over the airport. Climb a little bit more.
Paso Robles traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima, departing runway 1, straight out departure, Paso Robles.
Okay.
Coverage traffic, November 187, Victor Delta, turning crosswind, left crosswind departure, last call, Paso Robles.
First heading from the airport will actually be 146. We're over 3,000 feet, so let's
Paso Robles traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, departing runway 01, straight out Paso Robles.
Paso Robles traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie over the field at 3,600 feet, and we're continuing south. Final call, Paso Robles. Okay, climb out. $4,000 feet. Let's reduce that.
Paso Robles traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima, 1,800 feet, departing the area to the southeast, Paso Robles.
Start the timer.
Paso Robles traffic, November 75600 is departing runway 01, Paso Robles traffic.
We have the ocean to our right. Good. We are going right direction. Our first will be Santa Lucia Reservoir. It will take some time. On the left we should see some ridge. Not really sure which one will. Maybe that one will be the one. Yeah, we have something in front of us and then something to the left. This closer, probably that one.
Paso Robles traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, upwind runway 01, 2000, climbing 7500, left turn to overfly the field, Paso Robles.
So landing gear can go off. Nice. It's actually a nice scenery here, to be honest. I like it. So 1,000 feet more. Why am I going on the right
Paso
hand?
Robles traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, overflying field at 3,300, continuing to the southeast, climbing 7,500, final call, Paso Robles.
I made the wrong call here because the left one has significantly more. Probably made the wrong call there. Let's do left one now. We're kind of mixed up. We'll need to rewatch the video afterwards to see. It really saw not correctly. Okay, we're coming up at 7,500 very soon, so it's time to level off. Yep, so this is level off. Trim a bit. And obviously reduce that RPM. Let's say that today we want to do 1,100. Maybe just 2,000. Let's do 2,100. They're a little bit higher. And then reduce that throttle a bit. Maybe get my favorite 50% power. And then I need to lean the engine as well. Something like this. And how long it should take me from that to Santa Lucia? About 10 minutes. I'm going 5, although part of the climb was completed by the time I did it, but let's look out. See some water there, and it's probably gonna be that. What else would it be? Yes, we have this these mountains here. We are high enough for the condors, I hope. We're maintaining 700, 500 roughly, a little bit higher. Let's just trim a little bit forward. I'll calculate how fast we are going. We will use that one for this. So our airspeed indicated is about 125, and outside air temperature is around maybe 17, or is it 12? No, like 15 or 14. So 14. Pressure altitude is about 7,500. So yeah, let's just keep going straight. So 7,500 pressure altitude. Line that up with plus 14. It's 14 and 7,500 is there. So if we are indicating 125, that means that we are doing 145. Okay. So my navlog should have said 145. Yeah, let's keep it like this. It's okay. It'll take me just a little bit. I will just be a little bit slower, but it's almost not recognizable. Anyway, after Santa Lucia, we continue on the same heading. 145. Yeah, let's just put it a little bit like that. I believe that it's gonna be correct. Yeah, we have Santa Lucia Reservoir right there. Good. Check some. Still no controller. There's some 80s at Santa Monica Municipal has a controller now, so-called departure, but it's not for us. So, are we over Santa Lucia right now? Maybe, almost. Yeah, let's say that we are. So reset 9:45. Let's make a note there, 9.75. And then let's continue. And where should it take us, right? So the next leg is 28 nautical miles long. Should take us 11 minutes. So maybe 11 and a half for me. And on the left side, we will then see, should see some tower. Hopefully we'll be able to probably see this airport, also Santa Maria. And we will know that when that comes. It's doubtful if we will see this Twitchell Reservoir. There might not be any water in there, so we'll see. We are high enough to hopefully avoid the condors. Oh, there is some water. What that might be, yeah, that's this one. See, by the shape. And there is some unused airport. Yeah, on the near side of it. Oh no, heliport. Okay, so there's some heliport. Definitely not for us. And where are we pointing? We're basically pointing right there. reduce power a bit to descend what I gained. These rolling hills are actually very nice here. Love it. So will this be the tower? And there some airfield? Very probable, because Santa Maria, it's probably this one. There looks big enough. In that case, this Twitchell Reservoir probably will be also there. It's nice here, isn't it? So far, no mountain obscuration for us. Right tank, left one is fuller, so we're still going on the left one. It must be Santa Maria. And we continue onwards. Let's add a little bit of power. We're at 7,500 now. If I see correctly, this will be the airport. Yep. Might be difficult to spot the actual tower that this chart refers to. Need to be behind the airport. It's gonna be some higher peak in the area. So we're still not behind the airport. might be all over there, but it's still 4 minutes, so actually a lot of time still. And in front of us, I believe there is this mountain ridge that is before Santa Barbara. So instead of going there as originally planned, we'll cross here, where it is a little bit lower, but not by much. Santa Maria and the airfield. So 2 minutes only till the tower. If probably this one there somewhere. I won't be able to see it from this distance. We are abeam the airport right now, which means we are there. Tower should be still a little bit. Yeah, it must be maybe there's some structure there. I don't know if it can be seen on the video or not. It looks like there might be something, right? Now after the tower, we continue in 150, so I'll already turn that to 150 with a very slight correction. Was there some structure or not? I'll just assume there is. We are at 11 minutes, we are going a little bit slower than we should have, so let's just give it a few more seconds. Yeah, I cannot see the tower, but the complex or the geography of that, there's some building there, looks quite fine, so let's call it our point. 11 minutes 20 seconds, and then let's turn to 150, and in that case we did 11.3, let's say. 150, and we are now going basically here straight to Solvang, and on the left we will have Santa Ines Airport. And that should basically be before this ridge that we see. So when we are coming closer, on the left there will be an airport, so probably someplace there, roughly. And then we will be coming over the small city of Solvang, which will tell us when to turn. As far as top of descent, it's probably before reaching that solvang, depending on this one, and I believe I updated the aircraft last time in a way that it should show more or less correctly, but in any way, if I want to descend for 500 feet per minute only, then it means that I need 15 minutes of the descent all the way to the airport, and 15 minutes is that's actually starting right now, isn't it? So I guess that the descent will be a little bit faster. Let's see what it calculates with. 700 feet per minute. Again, 10 minutes of the descent. 4, 3, 1. That's not 10 minutes, that's just 8. Anyway, we can do 700 feet per minute. And we also need to clear this ridge, obviously. Verify that there are no condors flying there. So we can actually go lower already, can't we? It's 6 and 7 minutes all the way to Solvang. There is some water. Verify what that can be. Oh, that must be Lake Kachuma. Probably. So someplace there will be an airfield. Yeah, Lake Kachuma points at the airfield. And right behind it, yeah, there's a city, also city, yeah, well, city town, probably. Yeah, not sure we'll be able to recognize that. Probably someplace there. But let's tune to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara Tower. Let's double check again. Oh, we have some controllers, I believe. Let's see. Oh. Come on. Nope, still nothing that covers us. Guys, there are some controllers popping up, but so far nothing that covers us.
Yeah, but next flight will be going there.
Yeah.
Then probably LX will be empty and everyone will be at Santa Barbara.
Yeah, just keep an eye, you know, if they start popping up also for us, because there might come a center online, and in that case, we need to speak to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thomas, what does it mean when I see some ATIS controllers? Isn't that kind of automated anyway? Why does it show up as?
No, that's just that there is an ATIS published for that airfield. It's done by the controllers.
Okay, so for example, for Santa Barbara, there is an ATIS. I just heard it, but that doesn't show up in vPilot.
No, yeah, because there is not ATIS published on VATSIM.
What does it mean by the term it is published?
The controller must publish that ATIS.
But there is an automated ATIS which I just heard.
That's MSFS.
Okay.
That's not on VATSIM.
And the published one, will that look any different, or is that also just a person?
I don't know actually.
Okay.
But I believe that, yeah.
I can tune to one of these and hear what they're saying. Thanks.
All right, so again, we should have probably started our descent already, so it should be 8 minutes. Okay, let's start our descent.
Have to turn off the MSFS ones. Those don't count on VATSIM. You have to listen to the one that's in vPilot.
So is that an airfield? Let's see. Runway configuration is towards us, not very long runway. Probably is that one. And Santa Barbara will be behind that ridge somewhere. So let's get down faster. When we arrive there, we will be 80 nautical miles from there. Also get the weather. With the new one, 200, so 190, yeah, runway 25 is still good, but also runway 15 would be good in this case. But let's do 25. All right, time 7:40. That's the airfield. Yeah, so let's do 7:40 reset. 7:50. .8, and then it's 122. Ah, it's basically coming there. We have a dry air here, so I'm not going for a carb heat at this point. This area is actually very nice. We see that little bit of that obscuration there showing up, right? You see the fog. It should take me about just 3 minutes, and then we are 10 miles from the airfield. In this case, those towers, we might be able to see them somewhere there. Let's verify that we have the correct frequency, 119.7, yes. No controllers yet. Yeah, and there are those towers, so we are descending fine. I believe that we can arrest our descent a little bit. Just need last 2,000 feet to lose for now. beam the towers. Let's say 3.4. Santa Barbara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is a Piper Comanche 10 miles northwest at 4,000 feet, descending to 2,000 feet. Will be joining left downwind runway 25, Santa Barbara. Extra up a bit. We have the airfield right there. Unbelievably visible approach lights. I hope this is something they will be able to correct in MSFS 2024, but I don't really hold my hopes much up. Just a little bit, just 3 notches for the time we spent. Can turn on fuel pump.
Santa Barbara traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima is about 10 miles to the west, 3,500 feet. We'll be joining left downwind for runway 25, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, November 187 Victor Delta, 10 miles to the northwest. We'll be joining left downwind, runway 25, Santa Barbara.
Be a little bit higher, but I don't believe that's actually the safer option than to be too low. So we'll be using runway 25, so let's just mark it here on our heading book. Miles, it's gonna be 1 minute for us flying after we cross. Santa Barbara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is crossing runway 25 at 2,400 feet from north to south. We'll be doing a teardrop entry into the left downwind of runway 25, Santa Barbara. Yeah, so let's start my timer here, and I need to go for 1 minute to cover 2 nautical miles over the water. I'm not that much comfortable doing that, but yeah, what can you do? You need to cover those 2 miles. Add a little bit of power. Arrest our descent. enter at this point. Landing lights can go on, that's 1 minute. So we can power down. And let's make that turn, and let's hope that we will end up at the correct spot. We need to descend also. Fog picking up, or Santa Barbara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie joining left downwind runway 25 at 45. Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, United 1418 is departing 25. Santa Barbara traffic, number 187 Victor Delta, will be crossing overhead the field at 2500 and joining the left traffic pattern for runway 25. Santa Barbara.
Laps 1. There's an aircraft on the runway right now. Santa Barbara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, turning left base runway 25, full stop.
Santa Barbara traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima, left downwind at 25, Santa Barbara.
It's rolling. Santa Barbara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, turning fine runway 25, full stop, Santa Barbara. So gear is down, yes.
Santa Barbara traffic, November 36 Echo, type Papa Arrow, about 10 miles west, 1500 for a left downwind runway 25, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, United at 1418 is upwind. Santa Barbara traffic, another Brazil Victor Delta downwind runway 25, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima, left base 25, Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima, turning final 25, full stop, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Runway 25 is vacated, taxiing to signature, Santa Barbara. Right. Landing lights, strobe lights off, fuel pump off. Santa Barbara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is crossing runways 15 right and 15 left at Echo. Sorry, correction, at Charlie, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic number 1 Victor Delta, left base runway 25, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, 36 Echo, 5 miles west, 1000, enter left downwind 25 at 45 degrees, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima is clear of 25, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, Diamond 187 Victor Delta, final 25, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie clear of runways 15, Santa Barbara. Right, so where do we continue now? Yeah, just straight ahead. And all the way, not all the way, but almost all the way, say at the Foxtrot. Yeah, Foxtrot. It will read Juliet here, but it's really Foxtrot. Yeah, it should be Foxtrot, not Juliet. But we have those parking spaces.
Santa Barbara traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, about 3 miles south, 1000 on a 45 degree entry to a left base runway 25, Santa Barbara.
Parking brake on. Right. And we are. All right. I believe this was a very nice flight. I actually really liked the rolling hills there, or not rolling probably, but I'm reading on the map here now that show you. It's Los Padres National Forest. I believe that we saw a lot of it and it was really beautiful. And then we came in, did the teardrop. If I measure the distance, yeah, it's 2 nautical miles. This is 2. Oh, I even went 3 nautical before turning 2.4. Yeah, I went a little bit further. Doesn't matter. It was nice. Really perpendicular, but right. So thank you for watching, and next week I'm on vacation, so there will be no flight. And see you in 14 days. Take care. Bye-bye.